read the comments for shit, but you know, we had some problems with the computer, so we're on the fucking cell phone. Yeah, that works. Yeah. But there's painting in the background there, working on what's going on out there in the real world. You know, it's a day off here, so I thought I'd go live, talk about whatever's clever. Yeah. Well, Deuce against the grain. What's up, big brother? I need new glasses like you don't even know. You can't see it, but there's cracks all around the edges of these things. I think the guy who made them tried to cram them in there, you know what I'm saying? Said, Lakira, what's happening? I'm trying to buck these glasses out a little bit so I could see. Filthy MacGyver, LY, DeFord, what's up? Life's pretty good. That's right. What's up, Timbo? JD, what's up? I can't see for shit. You have to forgive me. The computer's acting up. We couldn't go live on a computer. So here we are. It seems like I haven't been on this for a while. I haven't been on for a while. That's right, Wax. So Wax doing better. He's got some medication to help him out, and he's got the motivation to get things right. You know what I'm saying? Speaking about motivation, you know, going over the bills with the old lady, specifically for the house. Man, I don't have my fucking Oakland A's hat on. Sorry, Will. Grab my cup, but I do have Big Max's cup. Look at that shit. That's from Janine, Big Max. You can hit him up on YouTube or on JP. What's up? You can hit Big Max up on Instagram. Big Max. Ask him where you can get a cup. His daughter makes him, Janine. D Wood. Much love and respects, my friend from Lakeside. What's up, Lakeside homie? Double tap the like. That's right. Good to see you, John Ballard. That's right. That's right, Brian. Man, I can't see for shit. I need new glasses for real. Yeah, so we're going over the finances, you know, and you know, for some reason these motherfuckers raised our insurance and they raised our taxes. So our taxes on homeowner and our insurance on homeowner, FHA taxes and insurance, which is an insurance, it's all gone up. So our payments went from about $1,900 to about $2,200 a month. Lake Water, what's up, bro? 50 months. Wow. What's up, Lake Water? Yeah, so our payments went up from $1,900 to $2,200 roughly overnight. And then they send us this thing saying it went up over the last year, but we're notifying you now you owe us $2,200 because it went up like several months back, but they didn't notify us. They just paid it. And so now we have to pay them, right, for the money they've been paying because the increases. They didn't just tell us, hey, guess what? It went up, so why don't you give us some more money? They just paid us and they hit us with a fucking bill at the end of the cycle, you know? They're full of shit, dude. Filthy McGuire, I just got a Harley Sportster learning wheelies and I got a free style but dropped bike a few times. Well, you're gonna drop that bike a lot. What's up in Turkey? I don't know. If you're doing wheelies and shit, you're gonna drop that bike a lot and you're gonna fuck that bike up a lot. So it's probably good that you got a Sportster. I hope you got it cheap because you're gonna fuck that bike up quite a bit before you learn how to wheelie and do burnouts. I don't do wheelies. I don't do burnouts. You can see the scar on my arm somewhere. I got a broken arm just riding, so I've been hit a few times and it's not fun. Timothy, what's up? Where you been? I've been all right. Oh, it's Turkey Loco. What's up, brother? Turkey Loco's in the house. Oh, he's on Homegirls. Elisa, what's up? Timbo, come on, hard intentions. Family sound like we need help. We don't really, we have shirts on Teespring now. Well, yeah, I'm in my girlfriend's account. That's right, brother. Yeah, I was seeing this thing, today, and the guy says, that's how they. I was talking to homeboy Mick out in Dago. He's 72 years old, man. He's like, hey, his insurance for his house in San Diego is like $9,000 a year. I mean, his property tax is off the hook. Oh, his property tax is almost 10 grand. Ours is like 9 grand or 900, excuse me. And that's how they fuck old people out of their houses. People that have paid for their house, uh, they just keep jacking their insurance and their taxes until they can't pay it, and then they have to move. Brick, what's up? Blessings to you. Thank you very much. Timbo, what's up? Welcome to America, land of the free. That's right. Forever Metal. Hello, what's up? New York City, what's up? That's right, New York City. And what's up, Louis Max? Louis out on Instagram. Louis Max, check him out. He's feeding dogs special treats, off the side on the sidewalk. Louis Max is cool. He's sitting in a stairwell with the sidewalk going by. People walk by their dogs. He's giving them treats. That's fucking cool. Yeah, it just the system is just fucking nuts because we had it locked in. We have all our bills set a certain way, pay this, pay that, boom, boom, everything works out. And then they hit you with some bullshit increase in insurance. And insurance is a fucking scam. Something goes wrong with your house, they don't give a fuck. My dad's dealing with that. Yeah, man, live LYD Ford. I just got a live Ford. What's up, Big Mick? There he is. Hey Mick, I just talking about, what we were talking about earlier, man. Your tax on your house is like almost 10 grand a year, and then your insurance, man, it's like he's paying like fucking $1,500 a month for insurance and tax. It's bullshit. He's owned this, he's an older man, he's in his 70s, still vibrant, kicking it. But still, man, you're 70 years old. You shouldn't have to pay all that bullshit. That's how they rob you of your fucking property. I do have a roof rash scar on my left arm, but that's right. So anyway, we're dealing with that bullshit, government and insurance companies, they could suck it. What I don't get is they tell you later. It's like, hey, 6 months ago we had to start paying more, so you're gonna have to pay us what we paid. Why don't you tell me when you started, when the price went up? You should have fucking contacted me. It's a racket, dude. It's a fucking racket. Banks, insurance, government taxes, they can suck it. It's like when you get to a certain age, they want you to move out of your house and, depend on them, Makes you think the Melendez brothers are gonna get out of, or what? I don't think the Melendez brothers will get out anytime soon. I think their sentence went from life without down to life. They have a chance. I mean, I got out. I was walking around a prison yard saying I'm never gonna get the fuck out. So, it takes really friendly felon state, and I thought about going to. I thought about going to Texas, but we have kids and grandkids in California, so Arizona is, it's it's about as far as we want to go from our kids, you know, really. To be honest with you. I like Texas. I wouldn't mind living there, but my wife and I both realize that we can only be so far away from the kids and the family, you know, and her mom and stepdad are still alive. So we have some, and then she has some cousins. I have a brother and some cousins in the Bay Area. So it's about 600 miles to go see our family. Um, Concentrate Corner, long time no see. We're doing all right. So yeah, it's about 600 miles to go see our family generally. Some's a little more, some's a little less, but that's about as far as we want to go. And to be honest with you, uh, Arizona's sweet. I have to drive to Vegas to work. I was working in Havasu. I'm going to Las Vegas, and I'll talk about that in a minute. She's going to Cayman, so I mean, it's a sacrifice to be here, but we like what we have, you know. It just, uh, it just seems like they're trying to kill you, you know, financially. So you have to depend on them. I mean, we have a well. All these people talking about, oh, you know, they cut off your water, they can fuck you out of this, that, and the other. We have well. We have some gardens. There's free range cattle out here. If the world shuts down, we can, you know, I hate to say it, but we can take one of the cows out and eat it, you know. So, I mean, it's a nice place to live, really. Um, yeah, it's a 22-hour drive from California to visit. I think on Corpus Christi. What's up, Turkey? Yeah, I mean, you know, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, all the holidays, birthdays, all that stuff. You really want to see your kids, man, and you know, family's the most important thing, especially at our age. You know, family, friends, God and country, and all that, right? Hard Intentions Ranch, that's right. Sheet Truck, good to see you. Sheet Truck, what's up? Elite Transport, what's up, brother? Um, you know, so I got fired from my job as a cabinet maker. I had some problems with someone. They hired her as a supervisor. I'm just gonna touch base real lightly. She was lazy, disrespectful, rude. Tried to force other people to do stuff she should have been doing. She billed herself as a 20 or 30-year cabinet maker, but in reality, she was a 20 or 30-year factory worker. Um, Not a cabinet maker. I'm a cabinet maker. You give me some plywood, particle board, whatever, solid wood trim, laminate, I can make cabinets. She can't. So anyway, I got fired because I got a big mouth and I have a hard time maintaining my mouth when people are of a certain level of function and communication when they're disrespectful, rude, lazy, all that shit I just mentioned. I have a hard time maintaining my mouth. Basically, I have to. I will speak out, and so it got me fired. That was about a year ago. So I worked building craps tables for almost a year. Bunch of fucking dramas took place once we moved. I'll be bringing the come hang out next summer with Uncle Mitch and Auntie Adrian. That's right, brother. Uh, I don't know. I don't know who Ron Swanson is. I don't know who he is. So anyway, I left the place where we make craps tables. I went out to Lake Havasu for about a month. It's 200 fucking. It's 100. It's 200-mile round trip. 208 miles. Took me 2 hours to get home from work. Everlasting Base. What's up, smile? What's up, good to see you. Thank you, Vato. Everlasting Base. Thank you, bro. It's just too much, man. I spent too much on gas. I was on the road too much. I spent 2 nights a week at my homeboy Gary's pad from Ace Tattoo Company out in Topak. You know, I'd stay with him 2 nights a week. He's got a bunkhouse. It's got a bad setup. I love being with him and I love hanging out with him, but I didn't like being away from home. Uh, um, uh, the weather today was 93 degrees. And my brother in Sacramento was over 100. So anyway, uh, I'm still friends with the lead man, now shop manager of the place I got fired from. And I'm going to tell you something. It's a good shop. It's a cabinet factory. They're cranking out cabinets like 40, 50 boxes a day. When I was there, they were doing like 20 or 30. I hold the record. Oh, 57 cabinets a day. But so I shot a text to the guy that fired me, and I said, hey, let's see, gotta check the comments. I said, hey man, um, I just wanted to know. Basically, I'm gonna tell you what I texted him. I don't remember word for word, verbatim, but I said, I wonder if you can reconsider, if you would consider hiring me back. There's something to be said for working in a shop where things are done right. I want to apologize for my negative behavior. Um, you know, won't happen again, blah, blah, blah. Basically a text saying, hey, man, I fucked up. It's my fault. I'm sorry. And I'll come back. Basically, it's called humility, right? Which is if you're in a program, that's the cornerstone to all programs. Recovery programs is humility. That's something I learned a long time ago. And so, you know, I sent him the message, and then my friend who's a shop manager over there now, lead man slash shop man, he goes, man, you sent that text at the right time. And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, we were having a level 10 meeting. And he got the text while we are in the meeting, and he showed him. He's like, yeah, fuck it, bring him back. And then he showed everyone in the room. This is like all the big shots of the company. And they're like, the bottom line is the only problem he really had was with this person that was, that I mentioned earlier. So um, I got a response. He said, hey, I appreciate your apology and your text and respect and all that stuff to me. And so he's hiring me back, but he hired me back at a pay cut. You're still painting, bro. I'm trying. That's right, brother. Foundation for all principles. That's right. Funny how God works. That's right. White carpet. Uh, Hell yeah, bro. Everybody's paints. Hot as hell. I'm gonna get back into painting. I have to finish this painting back here. It's for a raffle. I never finished. It's been a while. It's been difficult painting. Anyway, I took a pay cut, man, about $5 an hour to go back for 90 days. And then hopefully I'll get bumped up and I'll get a $3 pay bump. So it'll still be sheet truck. You'll be back to normal wage in no time. Just gotta build the truck. Yeah, so I have to go 90 days with a $5 pay cut, and then they'll give me a pay bump, but there'll be a $3 pay cut, a bump, so it'll be like $2 less than I was making. But you know, somehow we're gonna make it work because I just told the wife tonight that's gonna give me some incentive to finish this fucking raffle painting. Which, if you look here, let's see if you can see that damn thing. It's a guy riding a motorcycle on the coast, which I told the guy, I hope you don't choose nothing difficult, and he chose the most difficult thing for me to paint. You're prison hardened. Yeah, so I'm gonna finish this raffle painting, and I'm gonna start doing some paintings. I'm gonna get out in the wood shop, and I'm gonna start doing some humidors, some boxes. When I make a box for watches and jewelry boxes, all this stuff, I line them with pigskin suede. I make nice stuff, so I'm gonna start doing that. Try to bring in some extra money. It's something I enjoy doing, and hopefully it'll help us sustain our lives here in Arizona. Um, you're prison hardened. Yeah, so I mean, being humble, eating a little crow, saying, hey, I'd like to come back, and complimenting the person on the shop because they hired this guy to organize his shop, and he did. He organized his shop like this shop functions pretty smooth. Sometimes the CNC programs aren't correct, things don't come out perfect, but that's cool. Yeah, thank you. Um, but the way the shop operates, it goes from the CNC to the edge bander to the Dowler to me. I assemble it, and eventually I might be going over to customs, which is custom work. You know, which is I like that. It's one-off stuff. But I mean, there's something to be said for working at a place where it functions correctly. Everything works good. Products are getting kicked out. That's right, Everlasting. Damn, bro, I was in rehab for 3 years. I missed a lot. You didn't miss nothing, bro. So I'm back there. So taking a pay cut in the end, when I get a pay bump, I'll still be a couple bucks under what I was at the craps table place. But working in a place that functions the way it does, I know they appreciate the work I do because they say so. Hit the like button, please. Thank you, babe. Hey, Mitch, I've been watching for about 49 days. Thank you, Spartan. You know, there's something to be said for that, and taking that $2 an hour pay cut, you know, hey, it's worth it. Peace of mind, uh, going to be comfortable in a and look, during COVID, this place didn't produce any cabinets, but they didn't fire anybody. I'd like to come back. Yeah, milk and cheese, the bull. They need you. That's funny. That's right. I remember some. So, you know, I do good work, and I'm not bragging on myself, but I do good work. I like to do quality work. I know what I'm doing. So anyway, my message in that is, look, man. The saying, if you get fired tomorrow, if you die tomorrow, they'll replace you within a day or two. You'll be replaced. Within a couple of weeks, you'll be forgotten. That's pretty true. Um, but in the meantime, we have to work to pay our bills and sustain our lives. I like to work. Um, so it's good to be working at a place that appreciates what you do, and you're close to home too. No, sometimes the bull bullies himself. Wow, that's right. Well, it's an hour and 20-minute drive instead of 2 hours. So you know what I'm saying. So I'm a little closer, and I have a little. My van is hooked up with a little. I have a little mattress bed in there. I have a membership at Planet Fitness, so if I have to, I can go work out, take a shower, sleep in the van. If it's too late, if I'm too tired to drive home, I can sleep in the van. Fuck it, you know. Uh, Thank you, Lakira. Sometimes a bull, yeah. What's up, Big Raj? So if I stay in Vegas 2 nights a week, that's 360 miles that I don't have to drive to work and back. Just imagine that. Financially, that's about 50, 60 bucks in gas, wear and tear in the car, wear and tear on me. So my van's hooked up for van life, sleeping. I did last week, the first week back, I went to Planet Fitness, got a workout, got a shower, slept in the van. It was not too bad. Um, so I mean, there's, of course, you'd like to come home every night, and some nights I do, but If I don't feel like it, physically, mentally, if I'm too tired, I'll just sleep in the van. There's a place I can park, get some sleep, get a workout, get my hygiene taken care of. So, I mean, I got a plan, you know, pay the bills, sustain my life. And I'm working 4 days a week, 4 10s, which means I have a 3 day weekend, which is, you know, that's valuable in itself. Uh, oh, LYD Ford, man, I hear you. You know, it's not that I'm turning the other cheek. It's just that I realized I was an asshole. I was being an asshole, and but on the other hand, they realized the person I had a problem with is the problem. Chilean Gringo, what's up? We never found our dog, and that's a fucking drag. Cause Chewy was a shit, man. He was my dude. I'm thinking about posting a picture of him on the local Facebook page to see if somebody's seen him. 410's good. Yep. What's up, DJ D? What's up? So, you know, the bottom line is when you think you're the shit, sometimes life slaps you down and shows you you're the shit, but you're not the shit you thought you were, you know? And you got to humble yourself and get back on track. And it took me a year to get back to where I'm at. I like the job. I like the work. I like the people. They hired some really good people while I've been gone. And assembly, yeah, welcome to my world. That's right. Yeah, we got to eat, man. They hired some good people while I've been gone. A lot of Mexican kids, and I don't say that disrespectfully, you know. Most of the guys that work there now are Mexican, and they're young. They're from America. Man, they're polite. They're helpful. They fucking work. They know what they're doing. It ain't about the money. Guys got to eat too. Yeah. Um, you know, like if a cabinet doesn't come out right for some reason because the CNC didn't cut it right or whatever, I'll be like, hey, this cabinet's got this wrong with it. Boom, boom, boom. And it's just like, hey, I got you. You know, and they'll hook it up. It's pretty cool working with guys. They're young, they know what they're doing, and they're willing to fucking be there and take care of business. I like that. So, you know, you spend most of your life at work. Um, Between work and home, you're lucky to catch 8 hours a day after work at your home if you live close enough, you know. Escondido in the house. What's up, Steven? Stay down, homie. Uh, what's up, Terry? Escondido, George Miller, my homeboy. I miss. Rest in peace. Yeah. Nellis, juvenile hall, prison. Yeah, I miss old George Miller, man. He would have loved to see me get out of prison. Yeah, so the bottom line is, you know, what I'm talking about is like you have to sustain your life out here in the world unless you're rich, unless you're like leeching off your folks or your family. You're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to find a way to make money. Um, that's just the way it is, man. Or either that, or you're gonna sponge off the government. And if you're watching this channel, what's up?
Terry's on. I don't know if you could see.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay.
Yeah, Terry. Yeah, hope you're doing well, Terry. Um, Unless you want to live in your mom's basement or you want to live in a tent on the street, I'm sure most of the people that watch this channel want more for themselves. Um, you're gonna have to work, and might have to find a side hustle, not selling dope, doing some legit shit, whether it's Uber or DoorDash or a second job. You know, life ain't free shit. I saw a thing where Elon Musk, he said, man, if you're working 40 hours a week, you're not winning. You should be working 80 hours a week because a 40-hour-a-week paycheck ain't gonna get you there. And that's a dude who's highly successful. I can't work 80 hours a week. No fucking way. I can work 50, maybe 60 at the place I'm at if they have overtime. Um, if I had a second job, all right, Terry, um, which I'm gonna turn my artwork and my woodwork into a second gig. Oh, you gotta get up and do it no matter what. That's what it's all. Uh, no matter what, it'll all fall in place. That's right. Got to do it hard, right? That's our fucking motto. Get out there and do it hard. So I like woodwork and I like art. So just so you know, in the future, hopefully soon, I'll be flashing artwork and woodwork that I do. Um, hopefully, people will patronize my work, you know, and that's my side hustle. I'm not gonna get a second job. I'm too fucking old. Just so you know, in a couple of weeks here, I'll be 64 years old. Um, and I'm working like a 25-year-old kid, right? For working and depending on other, that's right. I usually try and work only 3 days a week. Of course, it doesn't always work out that way. That's right, Roger. So Roger's saying, hey, you know, he worked for years. He's my age, you know. He's up there, and so he's got out of prison at a young enough age where he could work every day, motivated, drive, had a vision. He moved out to Ohio. Fuck, he's balling now. He's living good, and he works a few days a week because he was able to focus on his vision and make it happen. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do at my wood shop. I don't think it'll ever get too big, but if I can make boxes and other things in there, I like making boxes, and people seem to like them. Uh, Humidors and other stuff. That's my gig. That'll be my side hustle, man. I'm gonna make it happen. You know, that's just the way it is. Um, yeah, they've got society set up, man, where if you get involved with some illegal shit, you're gonna go to prison because people are gonna snitch on you. It's not like in the 50s, 60s, 70s where you could do illegal shit for a long time and get away with it before you got busted. Nowadays, and besides that, I'm not down with the drugs and all that. Drugs are not a party. Drugs are not good. They're not. So it's the way I was raised. The days are over. So you will get busted within weeks, not years. Um, you know, you got to find a side hustle and you got to make it happen. If you're young, you can work two jobs, or you can find a good side hustle. You know, but I mean, the way they got society set up, man, it's a motherfucker. I love Trump too, and I hope things work out. Um, yeah. So anyway, that's what's going on with me. I've been bumping and grinding and making it happen. You know, trying to get by with less money. The wife juggles the books and makes it happen. Thank God that I've got her. You know, we have our own house, and that comes with a lot of problems and a lot of troubles and a lot of issues, but it comes with a lot of benefits too. Um, oh, I could tattoo. If you're interested, let me know. Mitch at heartintentions.com. Uh, Tattooing's a whole other issue. But I like painting, drawing. I like doing woodwork, and I will do some tattoos on the side if it benefits the person I'm tattooing on and me. Um, my homeboy does it, Gary. Um, I have to do it right here in the studio, which is basically a small bedroom. Yeah. I have some tattoo work I'm gonna do on one of the local guys here. He wants some work, so maybe I'll film that. You guys can see that. Oh, but Gary retired, but he's tattooing still. Yeah, so anyway, that's what's going on. I had to humble myself a little bit and realize I fucked up and contact person and say, hey, basically, I told him at work, hey, thanks for bringing me back. And the guy's like, he's from Kansas. They brought him out here to organize a shop and in Texas prison. Oh, fuck. Thank you, Terry. MJ Register. If you've been to Texas prison and you're on the streets now, get a hold of me at Mitch@heartintentions.com. Maybe we can do an interview. I haven't done an interview in quite a while, but I'm looking to get back into doing them. YouTube's a good thing. We got a good family out there. People seem to still like the channel, so we're gonna bring it back up. Yeah, I'm sorry I've been missing. I just been working my ass off, so thank you, Terry. I appreciate that comment. So other than that, hey, bottom line, humble yourself. There's always someone bigger than you, and there's always someone who can slap you down and make you realize, you know what? The world is a lot bigger than myself. Shit happens. Doesn't mean you're less than, it just means you're smarter than, you know? So what the fuck? Oh, wait. Okay. Well, I want to make a quick $1 million and live off it so you don't have to build this American dream. And if you fail, you have to work hard 24/7, then pick a good community to work for. That's right. That's exactly right. I have some crypto investments. Hopefully they'll pay off. But if not, I'll just do my woodwork and my art side hustle and make it happen. Hey, what the fuck's up with Wes Watson? You guys see this fucking dickhead? I'm assuming you guys watch YouTube. I really don't watch a lot of other prison channels. I watch different shit, World War II shit, painting, art, woodwork, but I see this fucking dickhead. He's driving around a Bentley that's unregistered. The numbers don't match up. He's got 5 Lambos. He's got $1 million fucking house he rents. The guy's a dickhead. So, Wes Squatson. To me, I think Dubs made a video saying he thinks the guy's in an auto theft ring because when he got busted driving that car. Thank you, Clinton. When he got busted driving a Bentley, the paperwork didn't match up. The cop's like, hey, this ain't registering. So Dubs thinks he's involved with a high-end auto theft ring. Yeah, you can only keep up that fake shit for so long. So maybe that's where he was making all his money, is off these high-end auto theft rings. And now he's crashing and burning. Dude, he had this little fight in the gym. He's got this thing with these cars. So we'll see. The guy's a phony piece of shit. He's never been to California prison other than reception center. As far as working out, fitness program, the guy's on fucking steroids. He's a lame. He's a fucking lame. Dude, I had a 500-pound bench press in prison, just eating food and working out like a fucking animal. I got a TikTok thing, but I don't know how to use it. She does, so I don't know. So let me ask you guys something. My last video, I did a little quick thing in the wood shop. I mentioned Lowe's and stuff. So Lowe's is offering to pay me a few bucks, not a lot, to mention products. How you guys feel about that? Like if I'm out in the wood shop doing a project, showing you guys how I do stuff, and I mention products, which I would have to buy from Lowe's. Yeah, Navy SEAL at 18. Anyway, that's something that's, I don't mind mentioning products that I'm using, but I want to do more woodshop product videos, and I got to get the tools. Free Wes Watson. I got to get tools from somewhere, so I might as well get them from somewhere that's going to basically try to reimburse me through ads, mentioning the products I use. Bottom line, Wes Watson was never a fucking Navy SEAL. Trust me. And Wes Watson was not in prison in California. He was a fucking lame. Thank you, MJ Register. Thank you, man. Uh, yeah, I'm not gonna pump something I don't fucking like. Trust me. You know. Um, I mean, I've been working with wood since 1984. And it's something I want to continue doing. I'd like to do more of it here at home. To the point where hopefully it'll end up paying my bills and I could quit working for other people. But that might be a long ways down the road. Um, yeah, I love working with wood. And I like painting and drawing, but woodwork is fun. It's I get lost in it, even when I'm at work. Building stuff for other people. I dig it. It's something I really enjoy. Yeah, it's really Lowe's. They don't pay a whole lot. Trust me, it's not a lot. Um, but it's something. It calls you a lamb. It comes from the answer. That's right. Thank you, Vegas Joe. I work in Vegas, so these sponsors. Yeah, they do. Texas. Texas prisons are hard. Have no doubt about it. Texas prisons are a motherfucker. I've been heard about Texas prisons. I knew some prison guards in California that came from Texas. That's a motherfucker, dude. I remember talking to this one cop in 80, 83, 84. I go, yeah, so you worked in Texas? Yeah, I think. And so I'm asking me, so they got a yard? He goes, yeah, they got a yard. I go, really? What? So I got weights? He goes, no, they got okra, peanuts, cotton. I was like, motherfucker, dude. You know? Uh, yeah, but I don't think it's that way anymore because I talked to the homeboy that does the leather work. I interviewed him on here. He's in Texas prison. They took the fields away, and to him, it was better because it made you a stronger man. Got your health up, got you out working. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah. Less room for fucking drama. Hey, let me ask somebody to say this. Please like and share this channel if you're watching. And if you watch it later, please like and share. So according to Wes Watson, if you work for a living, you're a fucking lame and a loser. Because he's a fucking millionaire. Yeah, which I seriously doubt. Um, he got some broad, he's a hooker, he's paying to be around like his old lady. And I seriously doubt that she's his old lady. She's some chick that he's paying to be around. He's renting them cars or he's stealing them. One of the two. But I've been saying for years the guy's a fucking fraud. And trust me, he's a fraud. He's never been in a prison in California other than a reception center. And here's how it works. Before the feds stepped in and made California prison lower their prison population, they had like 180,000 people in California prison system. I think he leases all that shit. That's right. I think he might be stealing them. I have to agree with Dubs on that. Anyway, when the feds came in and said you got to lower your prison population, they would take level ones and level twos right out of the reception center and send them out of state to Oklahoma or Arizona to private prisons, low level prisons. Did some country time in Orange County. So they called the farm, LOL, picking vegetables and chicken coop. Wow. Just Bay Area, what's up? It's all good. Just Bay Area, it's all good. What's up, John? How you doing, brother? Yeah, so Wes was out of state in level 2. He's a lame. He's a straight fucking lame. This guy J.D. Delaney, he was in prison. He's got a channel. He nailed it. You know, Wes is a fucking lame. He was never shot callers, never nothing. He's a guy riding on other people's stories. You know? I'm okay, bro. I'm working and making it happen. I missed you on Arizona Pike Week. So, the Indian, speaking of bikes and stuff, yeah, it's the mentality of a moron. I said a long time ago he's a phony and a fraud, and trust me, he is. And I'm gonna say this: if you need help working out, if you're overweight, you need a fitness trainer, a coach, a life coach, check out Big John Fit. He's on Instagram. I don't know where else you can find him, but he's on Instagram, Big John Fit. And he's got a hell of a story, and he does good work with people. People have a lot of success with him. And he has the look of Wes Watson, but he's not Wes Watson. He's the real shit. He's polite, straightforward, truthful. What's up, big brother? Oh, okay, John. I'm sorry, brother. Looking healthy. Thank you, Danny. That's right, Debbie. Yeah, I thought you were John Hall. I'm sorry. Yeah, so Big John Fit is the real shit. He's polite, respectful, smart, straight to the point. That's right, brother. You're not misleading me. Thank you. John actually got clean on her channel several years ago, and on the second year anniversary of being clean, he came out to our house. We've ridden together. John's a good dude, and so is this John here. Yeah, speaking of the bike, my fender cracked. I got to get it welded. More fucking shit, you know. I did paint it. I had the weld, so I had the fender extended with a little whoop. You know, it's fancy. It's an Indian. She have a fancy fender. So my manager, Michael Thompson, locked up again. That's right, John. So I got to fix a fender on my bike. Now, speaking of Mike Thompson, I'm white and happy. That's right. I hope everybody's happy. I'm also white and happy. So, Mike Thompson did damn near, 45 years, gang member, turned rat, played on this ratness for years, helped him get out of prison, met some chick in prison, played his, dances with wolves. I'm a Native American, fake ass shit. Good night, guys. Good night, Lakira. Yeah, he played his Dances with Wolves card, which is total disrespect to Native Americans. And man, this Big Sid went live for the first time. It's a white. Hell on. That's right. Big Sid's funny. Anyway, he married her, got out of prison, used her to get a loan, used his buddy who he met on a PC yard. Pocahontas. They were working veterans, homeless veterans, people with mental illness, EDD scams. So Mike got 5 years in prison for his scams. Biggest EDD scam in the world. His crime, he got 8 years. So you can bet Mike blamed a lot of that shit on his crime partner. Thank you, MJ. So Mike's going to prison for 5 years. I don't know how much time he did in the county jail. I don't know how good time works anymore. But if he gets half time, he could do 2.5 years. Figure 3, he could be out. If he did any significant amount of time at county jail, but I know he got out on an OR supposedly, so he might do another 2.5 years, and he'll be back on the streets. But he's going to PC yard, and I don't think he's gonna go back to Mule Creek, because that, for what I understand, John, what's up? Yeah, for B yard from John. Man, bro, Dago homeboy from the Bay, thank you for fucking checking in, and thank you for liking the channel. I'm glad. We got some homeboys out there I communicate with. Big Mick from OB. Thank you, bro, for checking in. And if you want to come on this channel anytime, my email is mitch@heartintentions.com. Congratulations on getting out. If you want to fucking chat, I mean, I work all day, but I'm off at 4:30. You know, I don't know how long you've been out. You said you just paroled. If you're having a rough time, fucking shoot me an email and I'll call you. We'll fucking chat. And, you know, when I was sitting in South Central LA in the transitional housing after 38 years in prison, homeboy Mark came to see me, Mark Olette, and he goes, you know, it's going to take you a year in a year, you're going to be assimilated into society. It's going to take you a year. And he was right. So, one day at a time, brother. One day at a time. I don't know how much time you did, but you pro from a level 4, I'm assuming. So, thank you, bro. Thank you, John. What part of San Diego you living in? I'm at the fellowship. Oh, in Escondido. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I wish you luck, bro. I really do. And like I said, if you need to chat, you got my email. So shoot me an email. You know, fuck prison, right? You're out. It does my heart good to hear from guys who've been in the pen, especially in California. Oh, from El Cajon. I'm from Lakeside, El Cajon area, but Lakeside. It's East County, right? That's what they call it now. Congratulations, brother. And I wish you nothing but the best. For real. Let's see. View message. Bing. Show. That's right. Fuck prison. I'm glad you're out. And thank you for checking in. Yeah, it means a lot, you know. Hey, life ain't easy out here, but I'm telling you what, it's a lot easier than prison. And that's a fucking fact. And that's a fact that you know. Texas, that's right, MJ. You know, getting out of prison's not an easy thing. Going to a program's not an easy thing. But after all the time in prison I did, I was just glad to be there. And it was an eye-opener. I had a lot of support from Adrian, a few friends, and from the program, you know. Oh yeah, you won't miss a noise at all. But I gotta say, you know, Pelican Bay's a level 4, and if it's a level 4 for real, they have a shutdown at night, and it's quiet at night, but not during the day, man. What happened to my California, bro? I hear you. California became a nightmare. They have some moron running the country, the state, excuse me, and it's a mess. It's a mess. Yeah, I talked to Big Mick, and he's like, he's paying like 8,000-9,000 bucks a year in property taxes. He's paying out the ass for insurance. He's paying like between property taxes and insurance, he's paying close to 1,400 bucks a year, or 1,000 a year. That's ridiculous, dude. So what do you do when you retire and you can't pay that? I mean, our property taxes less than $1,000. It's like 900 bucks a year, you know. They've raised it, but you know. Man, I keep saying this. What the fuck's going on? There we go. Yeah. California is fucked. Come on. There we go. The Muslims used to exercise outside my cell in the morning. Oh, fuck. That'd be a nightmare. Anybody working out, you know, especially if they got cadence outside your cell in the morning, that's fucked. I hated it when I was in the hole last time at San Quentin. Guys would work out on the tier in their cells, spitting out the cadence. I'm like, fuck, this is bullshit. One thing you gotta like in prison is peace and quiet, right? Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna do some videos, hopefully, in pie, brother. Bean pie, fuck that. A lot of Dago homeboys there. We lost Joe Hill. He was on A-Yard. Not to speak on house biz, but it was, so I heard Joe Hill passed away. I heard he was a good homeboy. I never got a chance to meet him, but he was a good dude. Yeah. OG Badger looking at 20 to life. Just saw that shit. Well, I'm 42% German, MJ. I don't know what's up with OG Badger, because he says he's in the shoe, but now you're saying he's facing 20 to life, so he's not in prison. He's in county jail. There's no shoe in county jail. So I don't know what's going on with OG Badger. Really, I really don't know. Joe Hill. Yeah, I remember he got his leg broke in county jail. Remember that? Yeah. Pies and temple services. You know, I gotta say, food sales. I never bought a bean pie, but I did buy a few cheese pies, and they were pretty fucking good. Like cheesecake pie, they were pretty good. I gotta say that. And I gotta say, like in Lancaster, they brought this Muslim guy over from D-Yard, and he was a clerk in the chapel. And I used to go to the Catholic Mass. I was pretty close with the, that's right, Timothy Dam. I was pretty tight with the Catholic priest there, Father White, Thomas White. He was a good man. He treated us good, and he was a good priest. He's from Ireland. But the clerk in there, I forgot his name, he was on D-Yard, and guys were bringing knives into the chapel and hiding them and all this other shit, doing drug deals. And he told them, hey, that ain't what the fucking chapel's for. And you guys are out of line. That's not what being a Muslim's all about. And I've been out of the loop, so this is all new. You see that? See what? I didn't see him get his leg broke. He got his leg broken in county jail when I was in prison, but we can talk. Thumper, I don't know if you knew Thumper, but yeah. Now I lost my train of thought. Richard. Uh-oh, says low battery. message. Oh yeah. So anyway, this guy's like, you know, that ain't what the chapel's for and all that shit. So they end up beating this guy up and stabbing him. When he healed up, they let him out of the hospital, brought him to our yard. I thought, wow, he was a legit dude. So some of them guys were all right. Well, Thumper was, I don't know his name, but he socked a guy in the jaw, broke his jaw, fractured his jaw. Who broke Joe's leg? Good night, Joe. Take care of yourself always, Joe. Yeah, so the guy that broke Joe Hill's leg, he socked him. And so he was left-handed. And you could laugh or not, whatever. It's just a true story. It's kind of funny now that we're here. But you know, he went up to Snow Rock was so good. Thank you. You can see how mean you can bin man your eyes. Thank you, bro. Trump, no. Michael Thompson's not even on the radar. So anyway, Thumper went up to dude, and Thumper's left-handed. So he stuck his right hand out to shake the guy's hand. And when he stuck his hand out, bam, he cracked him with the left and fractured his jaw. Yeah, so it was kind of funny at the time. You know, prison is what it is, man, and shit happens, and here we are. Now we're out here in the world. Yeah, you're from Dago. We got some homeboys that live in Oceanside now, but they're from OB, one in particular. Last time I was in Donovan, man, he was like the biggest fuck up, fighting, fucking in the mix, everything you can think of, dude, and just, you know, I thought, man, I love him to death, but he's a fuck up, you know. He's a homie. He's a homeboy. You know, he got out of prison. PTSD, of course I have PTSD. A sucker punch. 142 fake him. Yeah. Thank you, Ford, LY Ford. Yeah, so this guy that I'm speaking of in particular, you know, he got out and, you know, I heard he was out. I let him know I was out. It's like, hey, homeboy, what's up, you know? And I'm telling you, in prison, this guy was, you know, he was young. He was in riots, you know, you're surprised. Anyway, Big D, I'm proud of him if he's watching. Man, he had a son. You know, Soft White Underbelly, they interview child molesters and sex offenders, and so I'm not going on that channel. He interviews some pretty unsavory characters and justifies it when people jam him about it, so I'm not going on that channel. The guy, I'm not down with people that fuck with child molesters or sex offenders. Just putting it out there. Yeah, so anyway, homeboy got out, least likely to succeed, right? Man, got a job, got in a union, fucking taking care of his son, got a motorcycle, now he's got 2 motorcycles. I don't know Nick Fuentes. I don't know who that is. Yeah, so anyway, homeboy just really blew my mind, and in a good way, because he's just doing so good, you know. And whenever I see his Facebook or I shoot him a message, I'm like, dude, I'm just so fucking happy. You know, he's balling. He's not just doing good, he's balling. He's still young, so he's able to do that hard work and shit, and it just makes me happy, you know? That's right, John. Thank you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you. Uh, um, I don't know Mark, so yeah, anyone that takes advantage, there you go, Mike Thompson. Anyone that takes advantage of drug addicts, homeless people, all that shit, hey, fuck them, you know? I mean, I could go out in the streets in Las Vegas and find all kinds of homeless people and interview, hey, what's your story, dude? But fuck that. I used to clean out homeless camps on the street. You know, my boss, and we would help them. We'd give them water, we'd give them food, we'd give them food for their dogs. We'd give them cards they could call numbers and get in homeless shelters, all that shit. So, Gavin Shine. I do know Gavin Shine from Youth Authority. Richie Rich. Leslie Van Houten out of prison. Really? Good night, John. Wow. Leslie Van Houten out of prison. I did not hear that. I'm gonna have to look that up. And let's face it, what's it been? 50 something years? Charlie's dead. She fucked up. She knows it. What are you gonna do? I'm down to 18% on my phone, so I'm gonna have to cut out here in a little while. But good night, John. You know, there's some real pieces of shit in the world. They take advantage of people. Mike Thompson's that. And I was talking about Mike earlier, but look, the guy did 45 years in prison, man. And, man, I had two messages being held. Whoops. Let's see. Uh, uh, let's see. Show. There we go. He's a weirdo. So Mike Thompson at 45, he had a wife. He had people behind him. People believed in him. He's live, love, laugh, whatever fucking bullshit he was running. Scam. He had a job as a counselor. He had everything going for himself. I'm assuming his wife had a house. You know, he could have had a life. Just laid down, lick his nuts. And, Helter Skelter, yeah. But, he decided to get in and fuck over homeless veterans, fuck over homeless drug addicts, people that needed help the most, people that are considered the least in society. He offered to help them and ended up fucking them for his own personal gain. Now he's back in prison. What a fucking turd. He could have done a lot of positive shit with himself out here in the world, but, fuck it. He's back in the joint. Probably get himself a boyfriend. That's where he wants to be. Whatever. Fuck him. Look, I got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now I'm getting up at 4. I leave at 4. I get up about 3:30. It's not easy, but it's a lot easier than living in a fucking concrete box. Menendez brothers. I don't really think about them. Life out here it's not, it's different. It's a different kind of difficult, you know? But it's a difficult that allows you to sleep in your own bed, to eat your own food, to live with your wife, your friend, yourself, whatever, your family. I mean, we got guys out here where I live, man. They buy a piece of property, they live in a fucking travel trailer, and they build a deck on it, and they get, you know. I talked to a homeboy that was in prison with me. He goes, "Hey, bro, I live in a travel trailer. I go out in the morning, I drink a cup of coffee, smoke some weed, and read the fucking newspaper, and that's his relax, you know. He's not in a cage. He had a double murder from San Diego, and I love him. He's a good dude. You can do whatever you want out here. You can't do whatever you want in prison. So, however difficult it is out here, there's a way to overcome the difficulties and move forward. So, don't fucking forget that shit. You know? Just be here later, brother. Richie Rich, what's your thoughts on the Menendez brothers? I don't really think about them. Let me see this. I don't really think about them. They're a couple of lambs that supposedly killed their parents. They're Cubans. I don't know if it was over money. I don't know if the mommy was molesting them. I don't know what the fucking deal is. All I know is this. My mom and I did not get along very well. I never disrespected her. I never let her know how much I disliked her decisions in life that affected me because she was my mom. But I didn't like her. Bottom line, she was a fucked up person, very narcissistic, disrespected my wife on several occasions. I ate that, swallowed that pill. When she was older, she was dying of cancer. I was there for her. My wife and I helped her get into skilled nursing the last few months of her life. I love the woods in Texas. That's right. Um, you know, the night before she died, I went to see her, let her know, hey, I love you, all that stuff. Adrian was there because she was my mom. As a person, she was a fucked up person. If you know my story on here, my ancestry DNA test proved that the guy I thought was my dad is not my dad. My dad was a cool motherfucker who used to race sprint cars. I had two brothers I never got to meet until I was older through ancestry DNA. My dad passed away. The guy I thought was my dad is not my dad. So my mom was a fucked up person, okay? I didn't go to prison. I didn't go to prison at 17 years old. I didn't go to youth authority at 13, at 16, because I had a great fucking upbringing. What's up, OG Mike? In the woods, in a cabin. That's right. But she was my mom, so I was there for her until the end. She didn't leave me a fucking dime. My friends helped me round up the money for the cremation and all that shit. You don't kill your fucking parents. That's what I think about the Menendez brothers. I think they're fucking idiots, spoiled little pieces of shit who killed their parents. You don't fucking kill your parents. I don't care what they do to you. You know, if they're butt slamming you, whatever. That's a different story. You better be able to prove it. But if they're just mean, uh, you just deal with that fucking meanness until you can move on. Fuck them, dude. You don't kill your parents. That's what I think about the Menendez brothers. They got a bunch of fucking chicks following them. Whatever. They can suck it. Well, my phone's about to die. I wanted to come on and say hi and give a chat, and I think they killed them because they said, get a job. Yeah, you miss your mom. Yeah, get a job. Okay, my job is to take you out the box. What a fucking... Yeah, their parents had some money, you know. Yeah, you don't do that to your parents. I don't care how bad it is, you know. That's right, John. Yeah, so I'm gonna close up for the night. I don't know where to fucking hit them. There's no things have changed, but you guys take care. Thanks for tuning in. I love you. Get out there and do it hard, folks. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week, I hope. Take care, MJ. Take care, guys. Get out there and do it hard and deal with it. For real. In a hard ass way. Thank you, folks. See you later.